Hey there, Seb by the Realtor here. Do you feel that the Bay Area is on the wrong track? Well, if you feel that way, guess what? Surprise, you're not alone. A recent study showed that more than 70% of Bay Area residents feel the exact same way. If you want to hear all the details on that very interesting survey, then you definitely want to watch this video. So I'm a regular reader, actually a subscriber to the Silicon Valley Business Journal, have been for some time, and the other day they published an article about a report and a survey that's performed by the joint venture Silicon Valley and the Bay Area News Group. The Bay Area News Group, they put out the San Jose Mercury News and a lot of other regional papers, and their survey of 2,000 Bay Area residents performed in the last week of August and the first week of September showed some pretty interesting results, and that is that 7 in 10, more than 7 in 10, of Bay Area residents believe that their region is on the wrong track. And get this, more than 3/4 think the quality of life in the Bay Area has declined in the past 5 years. But not only has it declined, actually 39% of respondents feel that the quality of life is actually much worse in the Bay Area today than over the past 5 years. Now, check this out. This is really eye-opening to me, like mind-blowing. 52% of Bay Area residents say they're likely to leave the region in the near future, whatever the near future happens to be. So why are people so upset with the direction of the Bay Area? Well, survey respondents cited 3 principal reasons. That would be the cost of housing, which of course is astronomical, homelessness, which I think is very directly related to the cost of housing, and the cost of living. So they cited those as the 3 very serious problems for the Bay Area. So specifically, it was 71% of respondents felt the Bay Area is on the wrong track, and that is up from the same survey last year when 64% said it was on the wrong track, so up about 10%. Now get this is very interesting. 76% of those same survey respondents felt that the nation as a whole is headed in the wrong direction. And that's not hard to see with all the antics going on in Washington, D.C. right now. Can't believe this. Kevin McCarthy recalled as the Speaker of the House for the first time in United States history, and we have almost 250 years of history now. That's pretty shocking. So not too difficult to see why people might be disillusioned with what's going on over there in our nation's capital. But interestingly enough, for all you California haters out there, survey respondents had a more favorable view of the state, why only 62% of respondents felt that California itself was heading in the wrong direction. That is up from last year when 59% of respondents felt the exact same way. So we have people who are unhappy with the cost of living here, the cost of housing specifically, and the rampant homelessness. And, I share that same frustration, and I bet that almost all of you do share that same frustration. I was talking to somebody today, and I was saying, you know what? It feels to me like it's the 1970s all over again, only, of course, with much worse music. And, so I was born in 1971, and I remember the 1970s. I remember the oil Arab embargo and the gas lines. And I also remember polyester and bell-bottoms, and that was really horrible. Even as a kid, I recognized that was just wrong. But it really is kind of feeling like that. It's feeling like, as I believe our, former President Jimmy Carter once said, it feels like we are in a malaise, right? Things don't feel like they are going very well. The cost for everything, gasoline, it's up like $6 a gallon, I think, in the Bay Area pretty much. Almost every time I fill up, depends where you go and what grade you're using and all that. But, over $6, generally speaking. So the cost of fuel, the cost of housing, the cost of everything is going up. And I don't think that incomes are really matching that. And a lot of people are under a significant amount of stress. And we just see what's going on in the world with climate change and, the war in Ukraine. And you know what? I saw the other day, mortgage interest rates, check this out, mortgage interest rates now 8.5%. And now my lender tells me, hey, don't sweat it. A lot of people are just paying points to get that rate down. But listen, paying points, you might be paying 30 grand in points, right? To get your interest rate down considerably, affordability is terrible. And, there are a lot of reasons for pessimism and cynicism for both the Bay Area, for the state, and for the nation at large. And, I get it. But one thing that, age brings you, and now I am in my early 50s, it does bring you some perspective. And I know a lot of you watching this are older than I am, and some of you are younger. But the perspective of time shows us that this too shall pass. Probably. I mean, it could be that we're on the brink of a zombie apocalypse or like a major, breakdown of the economy, right? That could happen. It could be that we are back in 2008 all over again. That's certainly possible. But you know what? Those are things which we can't entirely control. We'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it. But overall, my message to you is that, this too shall pass, and that perhaps in 5 or 10 years, all this will seem like just some of the normal ripples and waves that we see here in the housing market and in our lives as Bay Area people, as Californians, and as Americans in general. All right, well, I just wanted to share that with you because that was a very interesting and eye-opening study. Please do take a look. I'll provide a link to it, although it probably is behind a paywall, but I think I just shared with you the most interesting information in that report. Well, that is all I have for this video, and if you enjoyed watching this video, if you got any value out of it, I'm guessing that you might also enjoy some of these videos over here. These are some of the most popular videos here on my YouTube channel, so please do take a look at those. All right, thank you so very much for watching. I truly do appreciate it, and please stay tuned.